Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you again for this week's Appalachian Trail Thru Hiker update. This is a place where lots of folks come to check out the Appalachian Trail Thru Hikers and see what's going on, where they're on the trail, who's off the trail, how everybody's doing on the trail. Right now we're tracking 2019 and the class of 2020 that's coming up. Of course, there's still some 2019 folks out there. Most of those are SOBO. But there's still some folks that are going to be finishing up in the upcoming week that are flip-floppers, and they may not necessarily be finishing up at one of the terminus. So you don't have to finish up at Springer, you don't have to finish up at Katahdin, just have to finish up within a year to be a thru hiker. We got some folks coming up next week that are going to be doing that. So we're excited about everybody that's finished, and this is where folks come to find out about that. If you're tracking or getting ready to start tracking the class of 2020, then down in the description section you'll find a link to that list. If you go to that list and you're not on that list and you're a thru hiker, or if you are tracking somebody who's a thru hiker or will be tracking somebody and they're not on that list, please let me know. There's an information template there that gives you all the information I need for those folks that are going to be going, so that we can include them in this list. And the best way to get that to me is you can either send it to me through Instagram or my Facebook page, Facebook Instant Messenger, or email that to me at ramdinoroamingthetrails@gmail.com, or leave a comment in the comment section on this video. And all those other links are down in the description section as well. So I hope you'll go and take a look at that. And if you're a thru hiker, check out all your information and make sure it hadn't changed. Some folks' information changes. They may change their departure date. They may change a link to one of their social media accounts, something like that. So we want to make sure we get it right, and we want to make sure we include everybody that we possibly can. So let's go ahead and get on with this week's update. So we don't have anybody that has finished this week, or this past week rather. I have been through as many different social media sites as I can find, and have not found anybody that has posted a completion. So we don't have anybody. If you know of somebody, we want to make sure that we give everybody credit. So if you know of somebody, then please let me know, or if you are a thru hiker and have finished, and please let me know. We'll get you in the next update. I know there are a bunch of SOBOs that are going to be finishing here shortly. They are David McGee over at Station 19E. He sends me some updates of folks that has come through there and have been able to take advantage of his Pour It Forward program he has, where folks can buy a beer online, or a bunk space, or a food or meal or snacks or what have you through a thru hiker. And that's something that you can do right there from the comfort of your own home. You can be a trail angel and do that for somebody. So he sends me those folks, so I know those people are still out there. I know there's a group right now that Fresh Ground is supporting that is in the Smokies. He's kind of helping them out a little. Of course, he's been helping out Hawk as well. So there's some folks going to be finishing up in the next couple weeks real soon. And hopefully they'll get finished up before the weather just gets really, really bad. Of course, the weather is going to be pretty bad coming up starting tonight. It's supposed to start getting a lot colder and on through Tuesday. So at higher elevations, you're going to have snow. Lower elevations, you're probably just going to have rain. But the temperatures are going to be below freezing at night, and some of it's going to be hard to get out of the 30s during the day for the highs, and it's going to be very windy. So you may have noticed it's windy right now where I'm at here in the foothills of North Carolina, and that's this front that's coming in that's pushing this weather in. This coming next couple days is going to be pretty chilly for folks out there. And they're supposed to get somewhere at elevation around 1 to 2 inches worth of snow between now and Tuesday. But after Tuesday, the rest of the week looks pretty good. Possibility on Thursday or Friday, a slight chance of rain, but the biggest obstacle you're going to have, or the biggest thing, is going to be the temperature is going to be pretty chilly and below freezing at night. And for the next couple of days, it's probably going to be pretty windy too. So you're going to have the wind chill effect. So you folks out there that are on the trail, take care. Make sure you got enough clothes. Make sure you got enough winter gear. If you don't, get off the trail and either get you some. And if you can't get you some, then make sure you are somewhere where you're safe and comfortable. We want everybody to finish up healthy. Hikers that we have updates for, Hawk is coming into Roan Mountain if he's not already there, and he's going to be possibly heading on into Roan Mountain Highlands here shortly. Probably be doing an overnighter tonight there around Roan Mountain, and then heading on into that. So he might run into a little bit of weather. Hawk, if you're watching this, take care out there, stay warm. Quicksand, he is off the trail. He's finished his northern section. He's going to go home for the holidays with his wife, and then he's going to get back out there, and I think he's got 100 miles or so left to finish on his thru hike, and he's going to get back out there and finish that up before, I believe it's March 31st is his deadline to get finished to be a thru hiker. So, so Champ's off the trail right now, but he's going to be getting back out there. And then Quicksand, hadn't had an update from him in a while. His last known position was in Southern Virginia, coming up on the Virginia line, Virginia-Tennessee line. And he took a few days to get off trail, to get out of this weather, and just kind of mentally take a break from the trail. And so we look forward to hearing back from Quicksand just as soon as he decides when he's going to get back on the trail, and what he's going to do with any kind of issues he may have as far as equipment or so on and so forth wise. So if I missed your update, I apologize for that, but we want to include everybody. Just let me know and we'll get you in on the next update. News from the trail, don't forget, we still got hunting season going on, so let's keep the blaze orange on our head, on the back of our pack, or something bright, so them hunters don't mistake you for a deer or a bear. And then also I came across this little tidbit that I hadn't seen before, that they are sending some park rangers, just a few, down to the Mexican border to do border patrol as part of the immigration control and drug control push down on the Mexican-U.S. border. And at first I was kind of surprised at that. I hadn't heard of this before, but this is not anything new. It's a program that it was started, this particular program, or portion of it, was started back in 2018. So it's not the first time that we've sent park rangers down there, but it was actually started even earlier than that, several administrations ago. Back in the Bush era days, when we sent Border Patrol agents down there. And looking through some of the research that I did, that they had seized guns that had they was trying to come across the border, that had the serial numbers filed off, and they have park rangers have confiscated hundreds of pounds of drugs and marijuana, including methamphetamine. So park rangers go down there and they do make a difference. It's not a lot of park rangers. I know the Smokies were asked to send 2, and they actually only sent 1. And they've been asked to send 2 for 2020 through December of 2020, and they're probably only going to be sending 1 again. Shenandoah has been asked to send 2. They have sent a park ranger before. So it isn't the first time. They're also coming from other parks out west, but those are the main parks here on the Appalachian Trail that could possibly affect anything. But I got in touch with the rangers up at the Smoky Mountains National Park, and they said it will not affect any access to the park for hikers or for just normal tourists. So 1 or 2 people, while I'm sure they make a difference in the park there, their folks there and their other fellow rangers can pick up where the holes are, where they, the work's not getting done that they would normally be doing. And so all that's going to be pretty much status quo, and it's not going to be a big deal for folks there. So that's not anything new, but it was new to me, and I thought it might be new to you and something you might be interested in. So let's go ahead and look at the class of 2020 NOBOs right now. Last week we had 958, and this week we've got 992 NOBOs registered. And March 1st and April 1st are still the big days, the most populated days for hikers starting their kickoff from, starting their step off from Amicalola Falls or from Springer Mountain, depending on whether or not they do the approach trail or not. So we got 45 hikers starting on March 1st and 24 on April 1st. SOBO, we've got 30 last week, and this week we've got 35 that are starting, and one brave soul is starting August 25th. So that is very late in the season, and you can imagine the cold weather the folks SOBO are going through right now. He's going to be hiking in winter. And then, so if you're that brave soul that's SOBO for starting August 25th, please let us know. We definitely want to keep you supported and definitely want to follow your trip. Flip-floppers, last week we had 35, and this week we have 37 that have signed up and registered through the ATC website. So for a total of folks that are officially registered, we have, last week we had 1,024, and this week we have 1,064. So keep that going, guys. We know that's going to grow and grow and grow as it does every year. And so speaking of growing, we have grown through folks that we are tracking on, that are going to be on the trail. Right now we're tracking almost 80 folks, and we've added to the list Kimberly Blizzard, trail name of Gator. And these are folks we've added since last week. Karen Benter, she's trail name Daw. Stephen Caudell, his trail name's Kentucky. Matthew Shiver, James Newland, James Sink, trail name Duswan. Alyssa Coach, Rodney Carroll, his trail name is Pride, and we got several of those folks there are veterans. So, and what the really neat thing for me was, I was a 19 kilo, which means I was a tanker. I served on an M1 tank, and several of those folks there, they were also veterans. They were also 19 kilos. They also served on an M1 tank, or an M1A1, which is an upgraded version of what I served on. So that's pretty cool to have a couple fellow armor folks out there hiking on the trail. I'll be really interested in keeping up with how they're doing. And we've got plenty of other veterans out there, so go and check out the list and keep go to their channels, and not only their channels but everybody's channels, and subscribe to them, and let's keep everybody pumped up all the way to wherever they're going, Katahdin or Springer or anywhere in between. Got some videos to that class of 2020, and plenty of videos they're putting out. We've got a lot of the Christmas movie challenge that was started. That's been really a great thing to build camaraderie and just build hiker community, particularly amongst the class of 2020. I was very humbled in that I was included in that. Somebody nominated me, and even though I'm not a 2020 thru hiker and have not ever thru hiked, I of course plan to thru hike and do a section hike whenever I possibly can. But I was very humbled at that. That folks would include me, so I appreciate that, and that video will be coming out later on this week. But the thru hikers have been putting out reviews. We've got some gear reviews. Frosty Hiker, he gave us a review on how he packs his pack. Silver gave us a cooking system. Poncho, his layering system. Camper also gave us something, a do-it-yourself hack, where he is showing you how to increase your R value on your sleeping system. So that's pretty cool. Folks that have shown us their big three, that's Jenna Russell, Bushcraft Joe, The Hound, and Kentucky, all showed us different elements of their big three. And then we had several shakedown hikes that folks blessed us with. Rick Stone gave us one. Tony Mascarello, The Hound, gave us several videos. Hiking with the Hook, Free Walker, and he included his family in that, so that's pretty cool to watch his family go on a prep hike with him. And then PTL. And then food prep videos, had a couple of those. Screwball and Bushcraft Joe, he's been busy. He gave us food prep. And then a couple intro videos that we had. Forgetful Bear, Jenna Russell, Dale Blankenship, Kentucky, and James Newland. So all those folks, appreciate all those videos you're putting out. Keep them going, and you folks that haven't had a chance to do a video yet, we look forward to seeing those, and look forward to your hike and you including those videos and continuing those as you start your hike. Had a couple folks that changed some things on their list, and if you'll go look at the thru hiker list there, you'll see that everybody in red is new, that we've added since last time. And there's also some folks that have changed like a YouTube link or a IG link, or some type of social media link, or they may have changed when they're leaving, and those are in red for this week as well. So Tina Wilcox, trail name Tar Heel, she gave us a new YouTube link. PTL gave us a new start date, and Hickory gave us a new YouTube and a new Instagram link. So I encourage you to go and take a look at those videos. Also encourage you to take a look at the section in the description section under the Hikers Helping Hikers section. Those are folks that are hikers that help the hikers out there on the trail in some way, shape, or form. And so we want to include them and support them and what they do for the hiker community. And one of the guys I wanted to highlight this week that I talked about this last week was there's a gentleman that was giving out tokens that he had handmade for folks that were finishing up their SOBO at Summit. And he was doing that with his dog Oreo. And Oreo and his master were giving those folks as they completed their hike, kind of just a commemorative token. And he had, he had made those made those at home, and he had done that himself. And so it looked to be very intricate. Looked like it took a lot of time to do that. And so that individual contacted me, and I appreciate him doing so. His name is Andy Barr. Trail name Speed Bump, and I like to give credit when credit's due. And so, Andy, I appreciate you doing that. There's folks out there that do that for all up and down the trail. There's Donald Gibson that I met at Trail Days last year, and he makes these bracelets for people that have the AT on them somewhere. And that's just he doesn't want credit for that. Most of these folks don't want credit for them. They certainly don't ask for it, but I believe in giving credit where credit's due. And Donald, he doesn't even give them out himself. He recruits somebody that's out there at Trail Days to give those out to people. So, and then you got folks like Fresh Ground, who is all up and down the trail from Springer to Katahdin and all the way back, and he is still out there throughout this whole hiker season, feeding hikers and just doing what he does, just showing love to them and showing them, and he's doing that by keeping them fed in their bellies, and he's even got a stove to help keep them warm, and giving them right shuttles where they need to be and things like that. So thank you to all those folks out there that do that, and thank you to everybody that's ever been a trail angel. And that even goes to people that can't actually get out there on the trail, but that do it through the Station 19E Pour It Forward program and other programs like that are out there. So I think that's really neat, and that's what just really warms my heart and makes me enjoy this hiker community so much. And that's why I do what I do, just to be a part of such a great community. Folks, that's about all I've got this week. If you got anything out of this, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. If you got a comment to leave, love to hear from everybody out there. Subscribe to this channel if you're not already. And as always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.